This morning when I had to run up to the store, had a little bit of a surprise. I don't know where it is. I don't think it's in here anymore. But I had a mouse come visit my car last night. On the seat, like I had a napkin sitting on by the seat where the coffee holder is, like where your cups sit. And yeah, there's a bunch of the napkin like chewed up sitting on the seat with some little turds, little mouse turds. And then I looked behind me, and on one of my sweaters there's there's like two little like mice, little poops, just little ones. So I had to take everything out, look through everything, and then in the back I had rice cakes, brown rice cakes too to boot, and there was like 3 of them in the bag, and it chewed through it, and it like there was a little bit of like crumbs, but you could tell it just left it. It was too healthy. And then as I was cleaning out the car, I kind of like let all the doors open, left them all open, hoping that it'll just jump out, just thinking that it doesn't have any sources of food to eat. And then I even went to the extent of lifting up the very back where the tire sits, because I have some tools, and I have some, like where the spare tire is, the spare tire was there also. It's not like I just took out the spare tire, but I have tools and stuff in there as well, which things are just bouncing around because I moved everything. But I did that, looked under there, found no rat poop, no mice poop. So I'm hoping that I just came in, tried to find some food, left. There was a banana in the back too. Didn't even like attempt to eat the banana, because I guess I don't buy organic bananas, because they're kind of pointless to buy organic, because the spray from the stuff goes on the outside of the fruit, and you're not eating the banana peel itself, so it's kind of pointless to buy organic bananas, because they're spraying the spray on the outside of the fruit, so the bugs and stuff won't eat it. Well, for things that grow in the dirt, it's a little bit different to buy organic, because that also takes the soil, and that it uses the soil around it, and that's what helps it grow. With the banana, it's a little different, and there's this interview I was doing, and they were saying, yeah, don't buy organic bananas, you're just wasting your money. Nice dirt road we're going down. Google Maps always taking me down these dirt roads. Yeah, see? Going down a dirt road for 14 kilometers. We're heading off to, oh yeah, I didn't even tell you where we're heading off today. We are heading off to Calgary. I rented a Sandman Signatory hotel, and yeah, it's downtown Calgary. The last time I was in Calgary, I kind of looked at it, and I was kind of tempted to rent it and just stay there. The ride's probably just really loud. That probably makes it a little bit better, less noise. Just my headphones bouncing around on the side. But I was looking at it last time, and then this time I was kind of looking at a couple other places. And I always read the reviews on places before I just don't pick a hotel because it's cheap, because you never know what you're gonna get. So I was trying to look at reviews from other people, and the reviews on this other place that was $90. It's under renovation, and a couple people people said that they didn't even have air conditioning in their room, like it wasn't working because of the construction. So I'm like, I definitely need air conditioning, because it's supposed to be 30 degrees today and like get only down to like 20 degrees in Calgary, so it's going to be pretty warm. And then there's another hotel I was kind of looking at, and it was a little bit cheaper, but it was, I don't know. People said it was a good stay. They're like, oh, it's a good stay for your money and blah blah blah, and it's all this and that. It's for a night that people are saying, oh yeah, it's a good night rest. One good night rest. And I just figured, it's basically my last powwow of the summer, and then we are off back to Vancouver. So I was like, oh, I might as well just stay in the Sandman's, this one, because I've stayed in one before and they're really nice. I think it's a Sandman Signatory Express. I know it's only like $20 more expensive. It's only $20. I was like, I don't know why I do that sometimes, but yeah, $20 isn't a whole lot extra. So I did that, rented that hotel. We should be there around 8 o'clock, it says. It's nice that I gain an hour going back west. I'll gain 1 hour, so that'll be nice. I'm not driving against time like when I came out this way in the first place. And even when I went out to Shakopee, I lost an hour as well, because they're on Eastern Standard Time. So now I'm gaining an hour, and then after Morley powwow, I'll end up gaining another hour, because I'll be going back to BC. And I think Sunday night after the powwow, I'll probably get a hotel room at the casino, because it's literally like, it's 5 minutes away from the grounds, and yeah, it's 5 minutes away from the ground. I'm just gonna camp, I think. I'm right there. If I would have been smarter and I would have known for sure that I was going to Morley, I should have just booked a hotel room at the casino when I knew. But I didn't, and I waited last minute, so I'm camping. And I don't mind camping, whatever. It's all good, right? Like, I don't mind camping. I enjoy it. I'm right there. The only thing that, and I have a place to shower, which is good. I don't have to like rush for a shower in the morning. That's what sucks sometimes about being at powwows. As you've seen in Fisher River, I had to be like up early enough just to make it there to shower before all the hot water's gone and before there's a big lineup. And yeah, that's the only rough thing about camping at powwows. So that's why next year I'm looking at a couple options. We'll just put it up in the air, but I was looking at maybe just buying a small travel trailer, little like 19-footer, and pulling that with my upgrade on my vehicle. So I'll always have a place to shower, and I can shower the night of a powwow. Like, I can just take a nice warm shower, even though like I've showered before in travel trailers, and they're not the best of showers, but they're still good showers. Like, it's either that or I buy a custom conversion, just save up like 50 grand and then buy one right out, like, or I rent one. I could even rent one next summer. Like, I could drive out to Edmonton, Alberta rents them. I guess there's a place. Just wondering what the price would be for like 2 months. Like, if it would be like, it probably honestly would be cheaper just to do that, rent one, like find one I really like, and just rent that all summer and pull it, and then I don't have to pull it all the way back to Vancouver. And we might even do that. But the only thing that sucks with that is, well, no, I guess it wouldn't be too bad, but yeah, then you don't have to really find a place to store it and worry about winterizing it and all that stuff. And you just got it for the 2 months you're on the road. And then I don't have to really stay at hotels. I can just stay at people's places or whatever, like I am now. But ooh, that was a bumpy bump. Stay at people's places, or just like in my RV, or stay at campgrounds, because campgrounds are pretty cheap out this way. They're fairly affordable. Just so I can have full hookups all the time. And like, even I'm sure there's places, never really looked, but like I'm sure there's places like in Chicago and things like that where I can set up the, oh, gotta turn right, gotta take a Randy. The only right turn you'll ever take when you're in the prairies. Just kidding. But sometimes it does for real feel like that I drive just straight for hours on end. We're gonna drive to at least Regina, I think. And in Regina, there's a pretty, I don't know if they're open, fingers crossed they are, but there's a pretty good smoothie place that I like to go to when I was in Regina in 2019. See, that's the thing with COVID, like, well, the pandemic, just, I don't know what's open and what's closed now, and like, I don't know until I get there if they're open or closed. So if not, we'll do a freshie, I guess, or a booster juice. Those are always everywhere. Look how bumpy this road is. Yeah. Look how dirt. It's gonna be really windy. Oh, that one wasn't too bad. But yeah, we didn't get the beadwork, but I hung out at her place, edited my first 2 videos. Might have trouble hearing me because this road is so freaking bumpy. Hung out at her place for a couple of days. I just seen that she's tired. She's struggling. Like, well, she's not struggling, but she doesn't have the same amount of energy as she did before her chemo treatments. And she was telling me that too. And she was, I don't know, just hanging out. It was nice to hang out and spend some time. And went into Brandon one night, went for food, went to Brown's, learned tennis because she watches tennis. Never really paid attention to tennis. I don't know, like, I just never watched it. And we were watching Serena Williams. The first round I watched her, and then I watched her second round last night. And like last night I learned things pretty quickly. Like, I pick up things fairly easily. So I learned how to, well, I didn't learn how to. I just learned the scoring system and how to win in tennis. And I was like, oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. Like, I only watched 2 matches, and I just paid attention to the actual matches, and I just figured out how you win. So yeah, it was interesting that I learned tennis just like that. I picked it up. So I would have never learned tennis if I wasn't hanging out there. And went over some ideas for the beadwork. So that'll be done for sure by the end of the when I was driving over it almost. It stopped and then it started running. Like as I got closer to it, like I didn't see it move, so maybe it died. Oh, there's another one. But yeah, she's a human being, right? Like some people, I've seen it before where people get antsy, especially with beadwork and orders. They don't realize it takes time. And me being a quiller and me like beating my stuff before and me like seeing all this, I know that things take time, and I know like if you're rushing things, sorry, I had to burp. If you're rushing things, it doesn't turn out to be as nice as it would if you took your time, right? Like if you just organically let it grow. Like there's a difference between organic and non-organic is how quick it grows, right? Like you're gonna add GMO and MSG and all that stuff that's not good for you just to make it grow faster. Or are you gonna take the time to allow it to just flourish the way it's meant to be, right? That's the way it's supposed to be. So that's the same thing with this vlog. You know, I edited it, did the first weekend, and then yesterday I started working on the second one. I got the thumbnail done up for the second one. I think I got at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes edited of the Fisher River trip, and I'll just do that. Like tomorrow, like I'm not gonna work out tomorrow. I'm not gonna work out today. I worked out the last 3 days, full body workout. So every part of my body's been worked out. And every part of my body kind of sounds sick, but anyway, I'm just thinking sick. But and you probably were too. So I wasn't the only one here thinking that. But yeah, tomorrow I'll just go to a coffee shop, set up for a couple hours, fully finish the second episode, and then maybe we'll even like sit there and wait for it to upload. Who knows? We'll see, right? Like depending on how good their Wi-Fi is, we'll see what's up, right? We'll see how they do. Like we've been sticking to the meal plan too, like the meal prep plan, which is good. Cleaned out all my stuff in the back, organized it a bit. Yeah, just took this last week to kind of relax and edit. The first bit of the editing was a little different than my podcast, because my podcast is just straightforward, like recording, shotgun it, like boom, one take, done. One and done. And then I find a background song to play, set that in the background, do all that. But with the vlog, it's a little different. You got transitions, you got like little like snippets that come in, like writing, like when you've already watched, like, you know, when I added the dancing, like just kind of let you know what was going on, and like the drum groups, and just kind of adding that stuff in. That takes time. You gotta look at it, you gotta watch it, you gotta like, before you edit it, you gotta like make sure it's all like the sound is okay and all that stuff, right? So that is another thing that I'm learning. And I think I gotta go into my settings in my GoPro, because there's a mic on the front, but there should be a mic on the back as well, because you can't really hear me when I'm talking when I turn the camera around, and I noticed that. And my ride is pretty loud too, so like I never knew how loud my ride is. Like it isn't loud, but it is loud, you know what I mean? Like it picks that sound up. So we're about to pull up through some construction here. Slow down. I'm slowing. Yeah, they're doing probably a road expansion here. Looks like it. Road expansion / oh no overpass. I don't know what's was. It was the shape of a polar bear. That's the shape of the license plate. So I'm not gonna, that's the only hint I'm gonna give you. So let's play a game, because I haven't played a game. It's kind of cool. I want to have a game with that license plate to see if you know where that license plate comes from. I mean, you can't Google it, can't ask anyone. Just put it in the comments right away where you guessed you think it's from. And I want to see how many people actually know where it's from. Yeah, I'm interested to see who gets it right and what answers we're going to get from this. So, yeah. And you can look through the comments too and see what other people think where it's from as well, and comment on that. And yeah, let's have a little game out of it. So it's kind of fun. So I'll pick you up in a bit. Another bathroom break. This is the joy of drinking water, right?
In 800 meters, turn right onto Saskatchewan 47 North. Signs for Melville East exit.
You gotta drink water to stay hydrated, but then you gotta pee every freaking hour. The joys of driving on a long road trip. Well, this isn't actually that long. It's only like just 10 hours, but yeah. We gotta stop and we gotta go pee. So it's just the way it is, right? Nothing I can do about it. If I could, I'd just have like a little like bladder or something hooked up. I could just pee into that and just keep driving, but we don't have that, so we gotta go to the old-fashioned washroom, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Richardson Pioneer. This Richardson is the same Richardson that I work at in Vancouver. So some of this grain stuff that gets sent from here, I guarantee you this stuff ends up at the Richardson where I work at in Vancouver. And a lot of these places out here with the grain, they probably end up in, well, they do. They don't probably. They do end up in Vancouver because Vancouver exports a lot of stuff, and working on the ports for grain, you're definitely exporting grain to the West Coast. So we are stopping at a Petro Canada. I like getting Petro Canada because I get the Petro points, and then I have enough for like probably 2 full tanks of gas with Petro. So maybe sometime here soon we'll end up getting gas. So I'll pick you up in a bit. Well, this vehicle does not like this weather at all. It is currently 32 degrees Celsius. It's pretty warm out. And it's windy as heck. I was just driving. I'm like, yeah, perfect. Don't even pull over. Pull over. Courtesy. Ontario people. Usually when they're on the highway driving on a 2-lane, the courtesy thing to do is pull over to the far lane if there's no one in it, to let the person come in and start driving on the highway. That's what you're supposed to do. It's the courteous thing to do, but I guess they don't really understand that. Yeah. So back to the story. It's 31, 32 degrees. hot day, windy. That steel cover on top of the roof adds a lot of wind resistance, so it doesn't like that either. So it's trying to fight that. It's hot out. I'm in a black vehicle to top it all off. So the sun's just like beating down on that black hood, which doesn't help with the cooling of the engine, right? So all these things that are taken into play aren't helping this vehicle. So I think it's kind of on its last wits, I guess, with this long journey. Be home soon anyways, and then it'll just be driving around the city again, just moving around there, and we'll see how long until we get a new vehicle upgrade. Maybe just after Christmas, I'm not sure, because then that'll push another year on the vehicles, right? And it's all up in the air, right? I'm just trusting Creator, having that trust, not worrying about this, not worried about the engine. I'll stop in Regina, let it cool down a bit as well. Just take my time, just stop every other hour if I have to. It is pretty warm out. It's warm across all the prairies these next couple days. Even in Calgary, it's going to be warm. It's windy. So if it wasn't as windy and it was warm, I think the engine would be okay, because I've been in like warm weather where it's not windy and it's okay, it's fine. Or the other way around, where it's windy but it's not warm and the vehicle did fine, right? It's just that warmness and it's humid out and the wind is just playing a toll on the vehicle. So we'll just drive the speed limit. I don't mind driving the speed limit. You know, the only thing I have to do is just be in Calgary tonight and fill up my water, even though I have water. That's all I need to do, basically. I'll grab some groceries as well. Grab some ice, grab some groceries. That little thing right there, I want one of those next year. A little E-Pro. A little Flagstaff E-Pro. Sorry, the GeoPro I want. The GeoPro 19 FBS, it's called. I think it's just perfect. Like, it's just the perfect size. And you don't even have to hang out in it all the time. It's just a good place to sleep in. Because, like, if you're at a POW, you can just hang outside in the shade. Like, they come with shades, a couple blocks. So you can just hang outside in the shade where there's more room. And you don't have to have all that room in there. And yeah, that's what I learned this year. Just keep cool, stay in the shade, hang out, do my inner tribals and things like that. But I kind of want that next year, so we're just going to keep putting it out there and it's going to happen. I'm going to manifest that. Going to manifest a newer vehicle with the bigger engine. We're going to manifest that. That's happening for sure. I can already feel it. And then even if I have to, I'll just rent one next summer and just live in that basically all summer, and then bring it back at the end of Labor Day weekend, like I'm doing this weekend, just next year. So we are currently like just outside of Regina. I'll stop there, get some gas, get a drink, get a protein smoothie, grab a protein bowl or something, just take a little break, let the engine cool down, and then head to Calgary. We get to Calgary probably 8:39. With all these stops, it says 8 o'clock it'll be, but I'm just gonna say 9 o'clock, which is doable, right? Gives me a decent sleep, decent rest, hang out at the hotel, nice AC in the room. Look, another Richardson Pioneer, another Richardson Terminal. That's where I work at. It's kind of cool seeing that. So, thought I would just jump on again and talk with you all that had a little bit of car issues, but this thing has made it for 2012. This thing is a champ because this thing's made it to Chicago and back this way. Like, I did a lot of work on this before I took it on the road. New O2 sensors, new mass airflow sensor, cold air intake. What else did I do? Cabin air filter was changed. Did a transmission flush, new water pump, new crankshaft pulley, all these new things. Oh, what is that? I don't know what that is. Damn. Turn around. Just saw a bird on the road, and it might be a hawk. That'd be kind of cool if it was a hawk. I'm gonna turn around before someone else grabs it, because that's what's gonna happen. Watch, I'm gonna get back, turn around, and it's gonna be freaking gone. So, yeah, I'll turn around, do that. I'm gonna do something illegal. I'm not supposed to pull into these things, but I'm gonna pull in here anyway. And I'm gonna turn around, and we're gonna see. I haven't looked for any animals this whole time, right? So, this whole time that I've been driving, I have not stopped for any animals. And now that I'm taking my time, I feel like I'm going to stop for this animal. So we are just waiting to pull out safely so no one hits us, because we are on the prairies and that's what happens. And we're basically turning around here in a second anyway, so it was just right up here, Range Road 217. I think this is the road that I saw it at. No, is this the road? No. No, next one. No, yeah, it was the next one. We turn it off here in a minute. So that is what we're doing. We are gonna look at this animal. It's the things you do as a powwow person, a dancer. You see an animal, most people don't stop, but when I see an animal, or like other powwow people see animals, we stop. We stop, we pull over, we check what kind of bird it is or what kind of animal it is, because there might be parts that we can use. So we are pulling over. It was literally, we had this polo, Range Road 2170. I think it was. Was it? I don't know. I don't see it. I thought maybe it's gone. That's how quick. Because it was literally right there. There's a freaking fly in here. It was literally right there. How is it gone already? Weird. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. It was literally, maybe I'll pull over, double check. That I didn't miss it. We are going to turn around. I think maybe it's gone already. And that's how quick it happens, right? Like, that's how quick if you don't stop right away, someone else will stop and see it. Oh, I don't want to go in Richardson. Do a U-turn. Damn, thought I was going to show you an animal. Maybe it's further back a little bit. Let's see if there's oh yeah, it might be up one more. I think it actually might be back one more turn. do a double scan here real quickly. I think it is up one more. Yes, because I don't see it. I'm looking, it's hunting and gathering. Hunting and gathering feathers. So what we're gonna do is go up a little further and do a U-turn. That's what we're gonna do. Because there's another one right up there. I just looked on the map. And that's what we're gonna do here in a second. That's how quick if you're not quick on the draw to stop when you see a bird or an animal, sometimes that's how quick they go, because that looked like a hawk. Just by the tail and by the size of the bird, it looked like a hawk. And since I was recording and talking, I wasn't paying attention and I didn't draw real quickly and stop like I usually do. Like if I'm not recording, I'm really quick on that draw and I can just stop, like pull over. But I'm recording and talking, so yeah, maybe I'll put the camera down now. Maybe that's my sign to put the camera down and just drive. That's what we're gonna do, I guess. Put the camera down here in a second and drive. So I'm looking. And definitely don't see it anymore, so yeah. It's gone. It was on that side too. So I'm just looking on the left side just to see maybe I bypassed it somehow. I didn't see it, but I didn't see anyone pull over. But like, yeah, I didn't see anyone pull over. No one's behind me, so I can safely stop. So if I have to, I can safely pull over and maybe. Oh yeah, that's it right there. Nice. Pull over right here. Check it out. I'm gonna throw it in neutral, let the fan blow, and we're gonna go check. Check one. Yeah, there's some. See up there? There's some bears. Check it out. Watch me a freaking owl. owl, that'd be cool because someone was asking me about an owl recently. But these brakes were just smelling up. Wow. This owl. Nothing. Can't use any of it. Well, at least we looked. At least we made some. You don't know unless you check for sure, 100%. It looked like a hawk. But anyways, the tail's gone anyway, so whatever kind of bird that is, the tail's gone. Yeah, all these brakes stink. They smell like they're burning. Something's burning on this engine. Well, that was a little bit of an adventure for now. Gotta come on mute that to see what kind of animal that might have been. Now we're off to Regina. No more messing around. Unless we do come by a hawk. So gotta wait here. Traffic's starting to build up again. Look at traffic. Highway is busy. I don't want to pull out because Buddy's over there and Buddy's gonna pull out too. He's not gonna pay attention. He's just gonna pull out. It's kind of dangerous, but we'll wait till there's no cars coming at all, and then I'll pull out in front of him. Just to be safe. I said, a lot of places close. Oh yeah. They're open. Nice. They are open. So we're gonna pull around, bust a Yui. Awesome. Supplement World. That's what we're gonna go check out. I'm pretty sure they sell protein shakes. Pretty sure they do. This is the place where I went to before COVID. They got some pretty good smoothies there. If not, I think Chopped Leaf might have something. I don't know. Yeah, it's either that or Chopped Leaf. But we'll get a smoothie in us, get some protein, and get a coffee, probably from Second Cup Coffee. Usually I hit up Starbucks just because I get the points and I get free coffee. I'm not really a big Starbucks drinker, but on the road I am, because you know, when you're using something like that once in a while, all those free points add up. So we're gonna get a smoothie, so I'll pick you up in a bit. So another bathroom break. But now we're eating this wrap. I don't know, it's number 5 wrap at Chopped Leaf, right where I got that protein smoothie in Regina. I stopped there, and then I stopped at Starbucks, got myself a nice iced drink. I haven't really had iced coffee until this summer, and I don't have them all the time, but I don't mind them. They're pretty good. Just had a little bit of oat milk, had a pump of sugar-free vanilla, and then a stevia, 1 pack of stevia, and that was it. Had that. I stopped in some little tiny hole-in-the-wall town in Saskatchewan to go to a washroom, get a little bit of gas, open up the wrap. We're 5 hours out from Calgary. We'll just keep trekking. I'll probably end up having to go washroom again when I get to Medicine Hat, and then we'll stop there, gas up again, and then that'll be the last trek, I think, the last push to get into Calgary. And yeah, beautiful day, beautiful weather. Look at that. Just, it's like going between 30 degrees and 34 degrees, and it's humid out. Really, really humid. Not used to that kind of weather out here in the prairies. Usually it's like a dry, hot. I don't know why it's so humid out here. But can't complain because summer's almost over, and it'll be cold and rainy and wet, and I'll miss this weather. I really will. So I'm not complaining about the weather. I'm just not used to it being like humid. That's all. I'm used to it being like warm, like a dry warm, because you're in the prairies, right? And not so humid. But it's a beautiful day.